Welcome students. Welcome to the problem session of the problem solving session for the gear trains. Okay, we'll have the simple problems in here. So mainly the problems in this type of gear trains, it is asked for 5 to 6 marks. Okay, it's very simple and you can easily with remembering two whatever the equations, you can solve these problems. Okay, the first thing is you have to understand the problems. So we'll concentrate the first problem. A simple gear train consisting of a gear wheels having 30, 40, 50 and 60 teeth respectively. Determine the speed and direction of the last gear if the first gear makes the 600 rpm in clockwise direction. Okay, so what he is telling, you are using a simple gear train problem. There are 4 gears. Okay, means there are 4 gears present in here. So first gear is having the number of teeth 30, second is 40, third is 50 and fourth is 60. Okay, there are 4 gears which is having different number of teeth. Determine the speed and direction of the last gear if the first gear makes the 600 rpm in the clockwise direction. So it is saying the first gear means the driver gear is having the speed of 600 rpm. You have to find the last gear. So first what you have to do, just you have to write the 4 gears like that which is given in here. This is actually the solution part. So you have to write 4 gears, 1 2 3 4. Okay, the 4 gears. The first gear is rotating in clockwise direction, second is rotating anti-clockwise, so third is rotating clockwise, next is anti-clockwise. So you can easily judge that the last gear is rotating in anti-clockwise direction. Okay, so you can have the n1 t1, so you can take z1 or t1. So both numericals, both whatever the notations are same. Okay, you can use z1 or t1. Okay, it's no problem. So n1 t1 number, the n1 represents speed, t represents the number of teeth. Okay, similarly n1 t1 is the number of teeth and gears on the number of gears on the first gear, and n2 t2 represents the number of gear speed and teeth on the second gear. N3 t3 represent the speed and the teeth on the third gear, and n4 t4 represents the speed and teeth on the fourth gear. Okay, so there are the 4 gears. So we have written the same thing, given data t1 30, t2 40, t3 50 and t4 60 as per the given data. And speed of the n1 gear is 600, which is clockwise. Means in the clockwise you are taking positive sign, so that you have to remember. To find the speed and the direction of last gear, what is n4? You have to find out the n4 value. Okay. So the figure shows the arrangement of the simple gear, the same thing arrangement in given here. So velocity ratio, how to find the velocity ratio? The velocity ratio of the simple gear train is speed of the first driver gear to the speed of the last driven gear, which is equal to number of teeth on the last follower to the number of teeth on the first driver gear. Okay, so that is nothing but the first gear is this one, n1. So this speed is n1 and last gear is this one. Okay, so the speed is n4. So that is n1 by n4, which is equal to n4 t4 by t1. This is the number of teeth on the last follower. This is last follower and this is the first driver gear. So t4 by t1. So this is the equation you have to remember. So velocity ratio is equal to n1 by n4, which is equal to t4 by t1, and you can have the equation in here. So you know n1 value, you don't know n4 value, so just you're putting the 600, which is equal to t4 is 60 and t1 is 30. So you can write it as a 60 by 30 and you can solve this problem. And if you solve this problem, we are going to get the final equation, that is equal to n4 is equal to 300 rpm. Okay, so n4 is taken in here, 2 is taken in here, so 600 by 2 agutte. So we are going to get the 300 rpms. So this is a simple equation. So you are using the simple equation, you are getting the final value. So this is the thing. So you are going to get the 4 to 5 marks for this type of problems. Okay, so this is important. You have to write these drawings. A simple rough drawing you can make and you can solve the problem. So this is the solution. Next we move on to the another problem. The compound gear trains is formed of the 4 gears P, Q, RS. Okay, there are 4 gears which is given in here. The gear P is meshes with the gear Q, gear R meshes with the gear S, and gear Q and R are compounded. P is connected to the driving shaft and S is connected to the driven shaft. Is transmitted details of the gear trends. Okay, they are given the data in here. So what they are telling, there are 4 gears P, Q, R, S. So now the teeth of the gear 1 is P is 30, teeth of the gear 2 is 60, gear 3 R gear is 40 and S is 80. As per the question, gear Q and R, so these two gears are compounded. So these two are the compound gears, means it is sharing the single shaft. The Q and R is on the same shaft with the different teeth on the gears. Okay, so that is the compound gear. So you can see the drawing in here. This is the P. So Q and R on the same shaft, so you can write the gear formation in this form, and S is here. And you can see the P is meshing with Q. As per this in here, P is meshing with Q and R is meshing with S. Okay, so P is meshing with Q and R is meshing with S. Okay, this thing is also be given in here. So you can take the velocity ratio easily in here. So you can see that is that given value which is given in here. And then one more data we have missing in here. If the gear S has to rotate at 60 rpm, calculate the speed of the P, represent the gear arrangement schematically. So this is the gear arrangement. You have to represent this gear arrangement, okay, as per in here. And they have given the speed of the last gear. So that is NS. Okay, last gear NS 660 rpm. So you have to find out the gear of the speed of the first gear, that is NP. Okay, that you have to find out in here. So now the velocity ratio equation is speed of the first driver gear to the speed of the last follower, that is NP by NS, that is given in here. The product of teeths of the followers. Okay, product of teeths of the followers. What are the followers? And the Q and S are the followers, means it follows the Q follows P and S follows R. So that's why it is called as a Q and S are the followers. So that is TQ into TQ into TS divided by product of teeths on the driver. So P and R are the driver as per their formation. So that you can take as a TP into TR. Okay, so that will give the ratio. So you just have the equation, you have to remember this, and you can write NP by 60, which is equal to 60 into 80 by 30 into 40. So speed of the gear P is nothing but 240 rpm. As per solution, you are going to get this much of value. So this is the 5 to 6 marks question for the compound gears. It's a simple one. So only you have to remember this equation. Okay, you can there is no need that you can give P, Q, R, S only numbers. You can give 1, 2, 3, 4 also. Okay, no problem. As per the derivation, as per the expression of the equation, you can also give 1, 2, 3, 4, and you can represent final NP value like that. Okay, so there is no problem. So in here they have given notations instead of numbers. You can use the numbers also. Okay, so next problem. A compound gear train consisting of 4 gears A, B to C and D. So this is a compound gear. So BC is the compounded in here. D is D having 20, 30, 40, 60 teeth respectively. So the A is having the 20, B is having the 30, and C is having the 40, and D is having the 60 gears, 60 number of what are the teeth. Or it is taking, okay, teeth. A is keyed to the driver shaft D. Okay, A is keyed to the driver shaft D. E is keyed to the driver shaft. Sorry, A is keyed to the driver shaft Q. D is something is missing in here. B and C are the compound gears. B meshes with A and C. B meshes with A and C meshes with D. Okay, B meshes with A and C meshes with D. So this is the formation. You can see AB. AB meshes in here and C is meshes with the D. Okay, so this is the formation you have to write in here for the compound gear. Sketch the arrangement using the simple circles. If the rotation at 150 rpm, what is the rpm of D? So they are taken A rotation. A rotation is 150 rpm. You have to find out the rotation of D. So NA is given. You have to find out the ND. The same equation. The speed of the first gear to the speed of the last gear, that is NA by ND, and product of the followers. So followers have under B and D are the followers. These are the P and D are the followers. You can write the followers BD TB into TD by TC TA into CT. That is the product of the teeth in reverse. So TA into TC. So you just substitute and find out the speed of the gear D. So you can see ND is equal to 66.67 RPM. Okay, so this type simple problems will be there. One more compound gear problem you can see in here. In here also they have given number of teeth values, and they have given the speed values. So that is they have telling that NB is equal to NC. That is the common thing. And they have given the velocity ratio. That is you can see the compound gear train consisting of 4 gears A, B, C, D with 20, 40, 80, 10, 100 teeth respectively. Show the arrangement of the gear, the speed direction reduction of 10. So the velocity ratio they have given, that is N1 by N2 is equal to 10 by 1. So that is 10. It is nothing but to check the given velocity ratio 10 is to 1. Q draw the schematic arrangement. So in here it is given. The speed direction 10 means while the driver completes 10 revolution per minute, the follower has to complete 1 revolution. Okay, that is the speed ratio. Hence the assume the speed of the driver is 10 rpm. Okay, so they have given a 10 rpm in here. Select the smaller gear A, the first driver and the last driver. Okay, so you can find the NA 10. So ND is equal to 1 rpm. It's normally it will be the equation is given in here. So it is 10 by 1 is 2 means you can easily find out that whatever the thing. Okay, so ND is 1 rpm. The condition satisfied, hence the arrangement is correct. So this arrangement you have to satisfy the condition. It is the only the thing they have to satisfy the condition according to this arrangement in here. Okay, you can see the problem. TC TD means in the arrangement AC, yes, A is meshing with C, B is meshing with D. Okay, so that thing is to be considered in here to get the proper result. Okay. Okay, okay students, so with this we have completed the problem section of the gear trains. It's a very simple problems. You can just work out it. Will be you can have the understanding of the problems. Okay, if you have any comments, if you have any doubts, you can just call me or message me and clarify your doubts. Okay, thank you.